Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Retro CG, and I'm joined today by Really BTV and Miss Honey. How y'all doing, ladies?
What's
Oh, that
up?
intro. I was like,
We haven't even started 5 minutes into this thing. You acting up already.
I know that beat made me
And
pop
look,
my hip.
and look, and retro, you in trouble today because it's just the ladies and you.
Yeah,
You
just
in
the
trouble
ladies and
today,
me.
bruh.
I'm really in trouble. I'm in big trouble. So, with that being said, today we're not able to be joined by other two hosts, Jack of George and Juggernaut of Souls. They out dealing with some family issues and family day and all that good stuff, living life and all that good stuff. So, they'll be back next week. Well, we'll find something else to talk about. Well, I think we'll be back next week for Power. So, we'll be all together next week cutting up. So,
Yeah, next week we got
all
the
right. So,
finale.
we're here to talk about, season finale next week. That's right. So we're here to talk about Power Book 4, Force. It's season 1, episode 9, Trust. Um, so I guess I'll start off by saying not my favorite episode.
What?
Not my
I like
favorite
the episode.
episode.
I like the episode, but
Really?
again, I did. But again, I like the episode because I feel like we're tying up some loose. I like it because we're bringing all the storylines are coming together.
Okay.
Like I feel like some of what we saw last night we could have seen earlier on in the season because some of these storylines didn't need to be strung out as long as they were. But
Yeah.
I mean, I was cool with it. I was cool with it. I mean, I liked it.
What about you, Miss Honey? Didn't get the feels, huh?
I definitely agree that they were tying some loose ends up. They were doing it at 150 miles per hour. Okay. No seat belt, no parachute. They just jumped out. I was just like, what? I don't what like I guess maybe it's a generational thing, but I enjoy depth. And when you rush things like this, it's not, you don't get the depth. They only have an hour. I get that. But you also had a whole season. Come on. Like some of the bullshit that we were dilly dallying with, we could have used that to fill these actual storylines out instead of waiting to the ninth episode, man, to be like, oh, they know about this, they know about that, they know about this, everybody's at the door. And, it's like, okay, now, episode it wasn't my favorite.
So we're gonna jump on in here and talk about the episode. So the episode starts off with Vic at the hospital, and he's thinking back on the situation with him and Gloria getting shot at, and of course Gloria didn't make it. And so, Vic is just in a catatonic state right now. He don't know which way to go. He's like, yo, he's very distraught. And of course his
Very
father
distraught.
comes in, and I if I didn't like Walter before, I definitely don't like him now. I mean, he was just a wolf in sheep's clothing the whole episode. He tries to put on his facade that he's there for his son, and I'm so glad you're alive, and all this stuff. And of course, Vic's like, oh, well, I'm sure you're glad that Gloria is gone now. He was like, no, I wouldn't want something like that to happen to you and hurt your heart. And I still feel like Walter is responsible, even though we say it's Serb are responsible. I still feel like Walter has something to do with this. I don't feel like this is just the Serbs acting on their own.
I don't know. I mean, Walter did walk up in that club and shoot like 5 of them, like in the middle of the day. Like I don't know.
So you think it could be retaliation on that?
Yeah.
But
because remember the son. Remember Vic admitted that he didn't take the back roads like Tommy told him to. So he was out in the open. Anybody following him or anybody that knew where he lived and stuff could have been right there.
I guess so, but I guess it's just a big coincidence then because Walter made that threat to Tommy about Gloria's going to go one way or another, and then Tommy goes to him, gives him the clean car and title and all that good stuff. So, how did Tommy knew that there was a threat on their life that same day and it happened if Walter didn't have anything to do with it?
I don't
I think
remember. Go ahead, Miss Honey.
I just think that when Walter had the job interview with Tommy, that last comment that he made to Tommy before as Tommy was walking off, let Tommy know that he had no intentions on letting Gloria live, that whole situation live, and he could be swept up in it too. And so Tommy took it to heart and was like, "Oh, wait a minute. He's trying to let me know that he's not letting Gloria stand in the way of nothing." Right? He had this long conversation with Tommy about Gloria. I think one, that they had a lot of edits on the floor. It could have went one way or another. They had
That's
written
right.
for Walter to kill Gloria, then they decided to switch it up, make it the Serbs, and tie Tommy into that. Now, so create this foe, because Tommy had basically gotten rid of the foe pretty much. So we bring the foe back in, which is supposed to be the Serbs. Now, originally the foe was supposed to be the Flins, but now it's the Serbs. It's fine, whatever. Okay, so I think that's what we're seeing. It looks like Walter wasn't connected because he told Paulie, call that whole thing off.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if he isn't on the back end whispering in the Serb's ear in a way and saying, kill this person. And I don't know. He either way, he is
The other reason
connected.
why I don't
He's either using the situation that he created, or he is, that's what he's doing. He's using a situation that he created to tie Tommy in with the whole thing, get rid of Gloria, 2 birds, 1 stone. This is what he's doing.
the other reason why I don't think that was involved, because remember when he did tell Polly to call it off and Polly won. So there was never anything put in place to get rid of Gloria. And the second reason is, if he was going to get rid of Gloria, I don't think he would have put his son in danger to do it. Because those bullets could have just as easily have hit. I mean, they smashed him up anyway. I don't think he would have made it so that his son was involved. He would have got Gloria at the bar. Because remember, he didn't know they were leaving town until Polly went to go visit him. Remember, he didn't know they were leaving town. So I just feel like if he had put something in place, he would have got Gloria at the bar. That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, I don't think he was trying to kill. I don't think he did all that to kill Gloria. I think what he did with the Serbs put them all in danger. Okay, it just was a win-win it was just a win-win when Gloria got caught up in there. He was gonna get rid of Gloria. He was just gonna do it different. This
I
allowed him the opportunity now. I
agree that Gloria was on the list. Yeah, I agree. Gloria was definitely on the list.
She was on the list. He just didn't want to do it the way he was doing it. He was going to figure out a way to tie her in with the Serbs anyway. It just worked out the way that it worked out.
Yeah. So next we see Tommy's at this abandoned warehouse. Looks like he's set up a safe house, so to speak, where he's counting his money and he's storing his money. And we see D-Mac in there. He's handling the money. So that we knew that it was going to happen, that D-Mac was going to end up going to work for Tommy, and this was about to be a family business. And so, they have exchange, a conversation, and pretty much, Tommy was pretty much telling D-Mac, listen, don't be ashamed of the fact that you're smart. Don't be ashamed of the fact that you're good with numbers. Run that shit. And he was like, I used to know a kid just like you that used to keep his nose in the book, and he was good with numbers too. And D-Mac was like, oh, where he at now? He was like, he's dead. Of course, we know he's talking about ghosts.
I thought he was talking about
Tariq.
Tariq, yeah. I thought, because remember, Tariq is smart like that too. Tariq is smart like that. We don't like Tariq, and Tariq's an ass, but Tariq is not dumb.
No, it's not.
The only reason why it makes me feel like he was talking about ghosts is when he made the comment that he's dead now.
Well, when he said that, that's what. Yeah, but I'm saying at first I thought he was talking about Tariq, but I also think that that's why he wants to protect D-Mac and try to get D-Mac out the life because of what happened to Tariq.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's motivated by several different reasons. One, he sees that he's a smart kid, he's got potential, and he's young enough now. I mean, he's 16. He's young enough now where he don't have to live this life, and at the same time, he's family. So I don't want my family to get caught up in this life because I know how it's going to end. So I think that was Tommy's motivation behind that. And as you see, Tommy's taking a liking to him. Of course, we see JP. I don't know who house he's at. I don't know if he's at Miriam's house, his house. I think he's at Miriam's house. He's now packing.
He at Granny's house.
He's now packing up the house.
Who he barely knows.
Who he barely knows. Don't know what you're quite going to take these things to. I don't know where you're going to take these things to. Don't know.
So we're not fixing the house up no more?
I guess not. Maybe he was fixing the house up in hopes that the lady would come back home from palliative care and she would live back there in the house again. I don't know. But his father comes downstairs and they have a conversation about Miriam, and he was pretty much saying Miriam was a good lady. She was good as gold. She was a terrible cook, but she was a good lady. And then JP decides to let his father know that, hey, I called Kate. And his father was like, "Oh, word? Well, how did that go?" And he was like, "Nothing really. I told her that Miriam had died, and she hung up the phone. I'm her son, and she pretty much hung up." And so he was like, "Well, I don't know what you were looking for, but Kate ain't what you're looking for." So same thing that Tommy was pretty much trying to tell him, like, and they're making it out that Kate is just this big bad looming threat, like. Because even when Tommy finds out that JP called, "What did you do that for? Oh my God!" I mean, she's a cokehead. I mean, what's the big deal with Kate?
I didn't know. I was like, is she going to show up with dragons or something? Like, what is the point? I mean, I just did not understand. He was just giving. Well, it was a good moment.
But I think coming from Tommy's point of view, I think Tommy his whole life tried to, like, we all agree that was a toxic situation. Like, that was just unhealthy for all of them. And I think Tommy finally got to the point where he was like, I'm disconnecting. And I don't want anything to do with her because I know that I can't do a little bit. I know that I can't just be a little bit of a son to her. It's all in or it's nothing. And I think he finally was able to get away from her and disengage. And he doesn't want to create that. He doesn't want to get back on that toxic, merry-go-round with her. And I think that's what it is with him. As far as JP's father, I think JP's father's like, again, she was a toxic woman. She wasn't shit. She wasn't, she didn't mean you any, like, she abandoned you. She left you with me and she ain't shit. Like, I just think that's what it is. I don't think it's a whole big bad wolf thing. I just think she is no good. Like, wherever she goes, trouble follows. She's toxic. And
she's going to find a way to muck up what Tommy got going on.
And that's it. And I think that's what, and Tommy knows that too. I mean, again, their relationship was just so unhealthy. And I think, how when you finally get away from something, you realize how bad it was. Like, I think in it, he knew, okay, my mama ain't shit, but he kept going back because that was his mother. But now that he's been able to really fully get away, I think he realizes just how bad it was. I don't know. That's how I took it. I didn't take it as she's a big bad wolf like that. I just took it as I don't want no parts of her around me.
Well, I mean, he's the kid too, and he's been subject to that, that type of manipulation and abuse for years. So for him, she might be the big bad dragon.
Yep.
And I can understand JP wanting to get to know her as well. I could understand all of that.
Yeah.
And that's the
other thing too. Yeah,
I just feel like he could have went next door. He could have went down there to see Kay. I mean, he could have went to New York to find Kay. He could have went next door and talked to D Mac. He could have did it a myriad of ways. He didn't have to do it like this. He could have had somebody from the hospital call Kay.
Yeah.
Right. But that's the other thing too. Kate thinks Tommy's dead. And so that's the other problem.
Yeah, we never got to see that moment, did we?
Tommy's dead.
Yeah. We never got to see that moment.
And of course, Tommy is looking at it from his perspective, but he's not looking at it from the perspective of his brother, because unfortunately, I've had Kate in my life all these years, and good, bad, indifferent, or whatever. I know that she ain't shit. But for JP, he can't come to that realization. He can't come, even with his own father telling him, like, listen, I've been with the woman. I'm telling you that she ain't no good for you. Let this go. But there's a part of him that feels incomplete because, hey, I don't know where I came from. I
Right.
don't know who my mother is. And that's a very big void to feel. So, I understand everyone telling him that Kate's no good for him, but at the end of the day, he has to experience that for himself to realize that everyone's right.
Right. And kids, even though he's a grown, kids tend to romanticize the parent that isn't there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like the same thing that we saw in Bel Air with Will. Everyone's telling him, no, your father's no good, stay away from him. But let me experience that for myself. Let me meet this parent for myself and determine whether or not they're no good, or whether or not I want to be part of their life or want them a part of mine. So we'll see where that goes next week. Kate gonna show up on somebody's doorstep next week with a hand out.
I don't know though, because when they said she disconnected her, when I saw she disconnected her number, I was like, oh, okay. Wow. She's gully with it. I mean, I don't remember him saying, he did mention Granny, so she knows he's in Chicago.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's got to show up at some point, and Walter has to die. But I digress. Go ahead, Retro.
So Liliana and Tommy are together, and they're having a conversation about the whole Vic situation, and we just continue to see that Liliana keeps her head in these streets. She keeps her in the streets. She knows what's going on. So she had a connect at the hospital. They let her know that they had brought Vic in, and of course Tommy asked about Gloria. And she was like, I don't know about Gloria or whatever. She didn't say anything about a female. But Vic survived or whatever. So, she's trying to let Tommy know what's going on in the streets. And, Tommy pretty much tells her that, look, I tried to tell the kid to get out of town or whatever. He don't know what's really happened, but he's trying to piece the story together through Liliana. So I think Liliana is, again, she's probably my favorite character out of everyone on this version of Power, including Tommy.
Yeah, I continue to enjoy their moments together.
Yeah,
and the banter. I thought that was pretty cool. She did mention that she's going to be doing her deliveries out in Flynnville.
Yep.
So I was like, oh no, not another win for Retro. I think it was you that said that she's going to get her water cut.
Yep.
So I was like, oh no. He was like, you want me to go with you? And she was like, no, I can handle myself. I was like, oh, don't go to Flynnville alone.
I don't think that's going to work out. I think there's going to be some looming danger waiting for her when she gets there for those deliveries.
Yeah, I think they're just bringing her to the war. The war is probably going to be in that general area. Yeah, they're guiding her character towards this war.
Yeah,
and she's probably the person that's going to ride in on a speeding truck set ablaze, and she's going to be on the hood like da 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 da, like it's
until she catch one.
Right.
Catch a bullet. I'm telling y'all, she's gonna catch a bullet.
Well, she's got a free shoulder clear. She's got a bullet in a stab wound and a broken finger.
She's still got the other side of her face.
Yeah, she's still got some places that we can scar up to make her seem more grimy and all about the streets, right?
Yeah. So with that being said, they kind of have a conversation about Claudia, and it switches to Claudia outside the club. And Claudia's girls is making their deliveries, and she's picking up some money. And of course, she hops in the G-Wagon with Claudia, and they start making out. And just when Claudia was getting ready to go up that dress, she get a phone call from her father saying Vic's been shot. Come home.
Yeah, that was such male energy. Claudia gave us male energy in this scene. Right? Like
she's strong arm girl. She put her hand up out of there and spat off.
Get the dog out.
No.
She was like, I'm sorry. You heard me, get the dog out now.
Right.
I was like, oh, okay, Pim.
Was it something that I said?
Okay,
was
Pim.
my breath stinking?
Yeah.
Girl, you put my ass
really
out there. So I think that Tommy has Claudia right where she needed to be, and that is in the street, because she's not really so involved behind the scenes. So, even if she tries to branch out on her own with Dahlia, she's not going to get too far with it because she's not involved in the intricacy of it. She's just worried about the glitz and glamour of the drug glowing in the dark and all that foolishness or whatever. But I really don't think that she would know how to move this product on her own without
Right.
the resources that Tommy has brought into the organization.
I was hoping that when we saw Claudia in was it episode 1 or episode 2 where she was going through the club and she ended up with Mai Tai. I was really hoping that we would get that sleek drug dealer feel, that we got during the first couple of seasons of Ghost when he was moving around the club and the drugs was moving around the club. Like, that's what we like. We like that kind of sexiness, right? In this episode, when they show her, like a pimp, in the car, kind of duck back watching while her girl make the drug deal. I was like, oh, come on, Claudia, you're better than this, girl. You're Gucci. You're fine linens.
Yeah.
Girl, come on, do this with some
But that's
finesse
exactly
and
what
keep
you
it
are, a pimp.
sexy.
That's exactly what you are. Claudia is in charge of the girls.
Yeah, she's in
That's how
charge of the
she
girls,
is.
and the girls better make these drops. I want to see her strong arm one of the girls. I mean, I want to see some serious pimp / drug dealer action from her.
I really
Give it to
want
us,
see
Claudia.
that
Sell
side
it
of
to
her,
us.
too. I really want to see that side of her too.
Yeah, but we learned in this episode that Claudia is really not that smart. She's still just daddy's little girl, isn't she?
Yeah, I definitely feel like that's a writing issue because I feel like they started us off with Claudia being this big bad, and then it just fizzled. It just fizzled.
Yeah, it went nowhere fast. I've got so many different things going on.
I agree with that, Xavier.
The
only comparable drug dealer in this series is Rock.
Oh, I said that.
I agree, Xavier. Yeah. And Rock was a boss from the first scene.
Yeah.
From the first scene, because you remember when Kanan came home beat up, and she was like, "Oh no, we ain't finna have this."
Right. He was like, "Oh no, we going back down there."
And every move that we seen her make throughout the season, right, wrong, or indifferent, whether we agree with it, she was making boss moves.
Right. And not just from the killing side. Like, Rock gave us pure raw grittiness from the street. Yes, she did. But also she gave us clever, witty ideas. The apartment with the shoot, like it was so New Jack City. I loved it. Yeah. I mean, I just want to see a little bit more cleverness. It's just I don't know. It's just the little nuances that sell the show for me.
Yeah.
It's like Tommy in the cereal
box. That we're not getting here.
Yeah.
We're not getting that right now. I'm still on pilot mode right now. I'm not getting the feels that this cast is going to keep my interest in this version of Power.
Yeah.
And so Claudia goes home, and Walter and Claudia have a conversation. Of course, Walter says, "And poor Gloria didn't make it." I'm like, "Oh my God, come on, Walter! You glad this lady gone or whatever." And Claudia takes the opportunity. Dad, he loved her. I'm like, "Oh my God, Q Young and the Restless."
I wanted to slap the ass of that horse, that high horse that Walter stood on through this entire episode, and watch him break his neck. He just was on a whole little soapbox / diatribe / soliloquy / pontification this entire episode.
You know what, Xavier? I agree with that. She's definitely not as smart as she thinks she is. She thinks she's smart. And the way she's moving and the things that she's doing in her mind, she really thinks that she's a boss out here in these streets. You're not.
Daddy's little girl.
Yeah.
She's just daddy's little girl. And he talked her into, just being on board with all his bullshit, even though she had her questions. Those questions were valid. She had a point. She released all of that. He talked her into that in the time it took him to fill that coffee cup. He had sold her on the bullshit, and she co-signed it.
But what I thought she was going to run with it for a minute. But on the side launch her own investigation and get the real facts.
I think he thought so too, which is why he followed up with a follow
He
up
followed up. He had a follow up
because he did what he normally does, which was threaten her, either with us or against us.
Yep,
right?
He threatened her.
And then so he followed it up with this pat rub. You're all right, nice kitty, calm kitty, pretty kitty, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But like she said, all I ever wanted was a seat at the table. The minute he invited her in,
Miss Karen said Claudia is not from the street. She's definitely Cinderella. She is Miss
exactly.
Karen. She is Cinderella. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, because Claudia, you should call bullshit on this from go. You've been working with Tommy. You know how Tommy moves or whatever. You've been seeing how he moves. You've approached him. And it's like she told Vic when they were sitting outside talking, drinking, and thinking, that listen, if he wanted you dead, you would have been gone by now. Like there was so many opportunities that he could have gotten rid of you, and he's also saved you at the same time. And y'all done dirt together. It don't make sense. Make it make sense. Like think, Vic, why would he want you dead?
But even when Tommy told her, Tommy was like, "Listen, if I wanted to kill Vic, Vic would be dead." Like
everybody said it. Paulie said it. Everyone has said it. Vic said it out of his own mouth.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
I think if he wanted me dead, but see, I can understand Vic. You know, one because Vic has given us slow from the very beginning, right?
Yep. And he's hurt right now.
He's hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can understand him being in this vulnerable place and easily manipulated because Gloria took his brains and his boss on to heaven with her. And so, yeah. But Claudia has sat at the foot of Tommy.
Yep.
Now for 8 episodes. He's been teaching her and showing her and just, trying to drag her into the whole game.
Her troubles.
And he's giving her portion.
Yeah, and helping her with her troubles. When she needed to get rid of bodies, when she needed to get the doctor on lock. I mean, Tommy has been that boss.
Yeah.
So if you guys were a threat to him, he damn sure wouldn't be working with you. He would just took your shit and killed you too.
Yeah.
He don't have to work with you.
Like I said, in the time it took her daddy to fill that coffee cup, she was like, "I'm in. Did you want me to cut my wrist? Because we can do a blood oath right now,
I know, right?
We can do this, Di. Yeah."
And then another thing you see is Walter would not let them stay by themselves longer than 5 minutes. Because when he's talking about
move around.
He hurried up and got his ass on about there to see what they were talking about because he's like, listen, I can't let them be alone for a moment because the two of them might have a thought.
Compare notes.
Yeah, the two of them might share a thought. So let me get out here and run
I don't need Claudia out here talking Vic into no common sense. Now I don't need all that. Move around.
So we get back to Tommy's place, and Tommy's putting his money up. And this is a callback to Power because he did this in season 1 of Power, where he used to keep the money hidden in the cupboards at his apartment. That's why he had all the cereal boxes and everything. So it was very neat. Because remember when Holly found the money and she was trying to figure out why did he have all that money? And so once again, Liliana shows up and they continue to have a conversation about things. And it's further drawing that character development between the two of them, which is really going to upset us when we lose Liliana, because if we lose Liliana, what are we going to get replaced with? No one else has better chemistry on camera with Tommy right now than Liliana.
But that's why I said she ain't going nowhere. You the one that keep trying to kill her. That's why I said she's not going nowhere. But I will say this. I do think we need to look at Liliana, because who is Liliana talking to that she know all the business?
That's what me and Miss Honey was just talking about. She know everything in the streets.
She knew the Irish were in town. She knew about the shooting. Like, who are you talking to, Liliana?
Do she know about the Indiana Connect?
Not yet, but she's probably about to.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. She's probably about to. Well, I don't look at that as much as suspicious as the fact that she's a street girl. She out in the streets and she's a female. So, it's very easy for her to come across information very easily because, she cuts for a lot of other crews and stuff too. So, the things that she see and hear in the street, she's bringing it back to her partner I'm not even gonna say her boss at this point, her partner, because they truly are a partner. They're a team.
Yeah, they're partners. Yeah,
they're a team. And so,
I mean, if she's gonna be a good sidekick, she has to have people out in the street that keep her in the know, because that's part of her value.
Yeah,
as a
that's part of her
sidekick.
value.
So I think they're doing a good job, with Liliana selling
And I
her
don't think
as a
anything is
viable
suspicious
sidekick.
about it, because we've saw that element with her from day one. Because remember when she rode up on Tommy in the alley and she jumped him, she was like, I heard around town that there was a white boy out here driving a Mustang slinging dope. I knew it was you. So she just proves that she moving these streets the way Claudia need to move in these streets, but Claudia don't know nothing.
Liliana's relationship with Tommy validates him as a formidable foe. Like, it kind of sells what he's pushing. You know what I mean? Like, he seems more viable with her as a sidekick. Okay, I enjoyed that bit of writing. Just that little bit of collaboration between the two of them. I think that is a great, we can put a pin in that relationship. It's some of the other things that I think fall short. I wish they would pull this out a little bit more.
Right. And I don't think what Claudia is taking into consideration is she's made herself expendable. They have the formula. They know how to make it without her. They have all of the connections. They have the pipeline set up. Tommy doesn't need you anymore.
Technically. And Liliana keeps reminding him, like, I want to make her go night-night. I'll make her go night-night, but you don't want to go night-night.
Yep.
Call me when you're ready to make this bee go night-night.
Yep. Well, where we thought that the doctor was going to be a problem, the doctor seems like she on board now. She getting her little package.
Man, you see how thick her package was? Shit.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, ooh, I can pay all my
right. And she got a job too, so I'm making my paycheck.
I could go get some stuff out of the basket over at the Coach outlet, child. I got some stuff in the Coach outlet basket for 3 weeks. I need it.
Not the Coach outlet. So another thing, so when they was at breakfast that morning, of course, Walter don't laid out a good spread, and he's trying to be a good family man now, and he's pouring coffee up for the kids and come have breakfast with me and all this bullshit. And still, Tommy's trying to call her. He's still trying to make, so that should click in your head right there, like, yo, you would think he would be on a run.
Right.
If he did this, but this man's still trying to reach out to me. He's still trying to communicate with me like everything is normal. Maybe this is not what my dad thinks it really is. But see, at the same time, she also can't tell her dad that I've been working with him either.
Right.
So she's got no choice but to go with the shit, either whether she agrees or not. At this point, she's so intertwined with everything right now, she has no choice but to go along with her father's wishes. And when he offered her that seat at the table, that was it. Like, when he offered her that seat at the table, that was it. That's all.
To me, that's reason enough for her water to get cut off.
More manipulation.
You don't have any loyalty.
She's easily manipulated.
She's easily manipulated, which makes her a liability. Just imagine if them boys pull her over, them alphabet letters pull her over, she would sing.
Yep.
On Tommy to help her dad.
Yeah, I think that she might boss up with them for a little bit, just like she did at the dialysis clinic. But I think when they start knocking on her door about that designer drug, that's when she gonna break. Because that's she can't blame that on her father. That's all her.
Yeah.
So you're right. I think she is a liability, though. I think she's a very big liability. And Hugh Pauly. So Pauly and Walter have a conversation, and Walter announces the 4 horsemen. I mean, what is he? Apocalypse? what is the apocalypse? I mean,
they're going to be
winged. Are coming in.
They're going to be winged beings.
Coming in through a time machine, or they're coming in on a horse with wings.
Yeah.
I mean, a Pegasus. I mean, 4 horsemen are arriving.
Mm-hmm. All of the above.
Pauly is warning him, like, are you sure this is what you really want?
Exactly.
He was like, are you kidding me? You've
not the 4 horsemen. Anybody but them.
Please. No.
The 4 horsemen?
Walter was like, I
feel like the 4 horsemen are missionaries that they can't control. They're gonna do whatever they want. So
listen,
even when
Walter is apocalypse, he's immortal, he lives forever. He don't.
Shoot, that's Tommy.
Got
You
a
saw that
sword
scene
of
at the
fire.
end where Tommy was shooting at them dudes in the truck, and he just stood in the middle of the street shooting,
Yeah.
and he didn't get hit not one time.
That's
He's
because
the man
he's
of steel. What
bulletproof.
are you talking about? Tommy's the man of steel.
Exactly. He's
Yeah,
bulletproof.
he's bulletproof
He's
because
bulletproof.
he's this whole show is about him. We can't get him. Can't
Exactly.
get him mollywop.
He can't even catch a stray bullet. What are you talking about?
Not until we get
an
Liliana and JP fully onboarded. No, we can't.
Yeah.
We can't even have him go into a coma. You know what I'm saying? He can't
Not
go into
fully
a coma
onboarded.
like Queen of the South. Y'all remember when she got blowed up and she was in the hospital?
Yep.
And they still ran her whole. He ain't got nobody that will run the whole empire. No, Tommy cannot go down. He cannot get the the COVID. He can't get nothing. He's got to be at work every day.
Yep.
But what I was gonna say was, when Walter goes in and talks to, after he talks to Claudia, he goes in and talks to Vic, and he tells Vic, now Gloria wouldn't be dead if you hadn't tried to leave with her. I was like, Walter, you a real
Messy.
piece of work. Oh, he's a
And he
son of
twisted and turning the knife at this point. He twisted and turning it. He just got to ruminate, let that thought ruminate in your head for a little bit.
These little moves are what turn people into horrible human beings. When you meet a horrible human being, 9 times out of 10, they had a dad like Walter.
Yep. And even Paulie tries to tell him, like, look, that boy really loved that girl. Like, you are really playing with fire at this point, because I think exactly what you're saying, Miss Honey, is going to end up happening. He is going to turn Victor into this cold-blooded, evil, heartless individual. And the first thing he's going to do is take your old ass up out of here.
Yeah.
Especially when he finds out that you manipulated this whole situation. You gone.
And Victor's not smart. So you're really releasing a psychopathic dummy.
Yep.
Not a psychopathic dummy.
Right. Like it's the worst. Like he's it's gonna be bad. He's gonna make horrible decisions. And I hope that those horrible decisions end up with Walter being dead.
I hope so too.
We need to get something out of this.
Yeah, it's time for him to go.
Yeah. When Paulie said you're just spraying your stuff.
I hope he goes next week. So you got JP up at the lab, he cooking. And why Kate's still on his mind, I just don't understand. I just let that woman live. She ain't thinking about you. He tries to call Kate and we find out her number been disconnected.
That's because she on a flight.
Yep. She don't change her number and she headed to Chicago. Yep. She on her way to Chicago to see what she can get.
Yep, because it's an opportunity. Oh, my mama dead. Well, where did my mama leave?
Yep. She come.
Yeah, it's definitely an opportunity for her. What I thought was funny was when we did get to see the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, they all look like Tommy and Kate.
Well, I thought it was interesting when Walter was talking to them and Walter was like, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and we're going to kill Tommy Egan. First of all, he said it like they knew who Tommy Egan was. But I was waiting to see if there was any recognition when he said Tommy's last name. Because I do still feel like there's some sort of connection.
Yeah. They stepped off that plane. They look like Tommy and Kate. That red hair, Tommy and Kate. Mm-hmm. That pale white skin, Tommy and Kate. I was like,
and I think, honestly,
people.
If I'm writing for the show, that's what's going to be the turning point is the 4 horsemen at some point in this war that they about to wage. Maybe not till next season, but at some point in this war, they're going to figure out, wait a minute. Because now we got Kate coming to town. I feel like there's going to be some sort of something. And I think that's part of why Kate did run and why Kate did stay away. Because I think there's something there. It may not be with Vic. Well, clearly not with Vic. But I'm serious. I kept waiting. I really think there's a connection. I don't know what the connection is, but
right. They don't know yet either, really, B.
Right.
The writers don't know yet.
Right, they ain't figured it out either.
We're gonna all find out at the same time.
Yeah, but I think there's a connection. I think Tommy's, it can't be his dad, I guess, because we done already went down that road, but maybe why Kate left town, something, but
Right.
Or maybe the dude that thought he was Tommy's dad wasn't really his dad all along. Wouldn't that
That's
be
what I was listening
wouldn't
here.
that be a kick?
That's what I was thinking about too. Blah 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 blah. Tony Teresi.
Yeah.
What was he?
Maybe Teresi wasn't really
Irish
Tommy's
too,
daddy.
or was
What's
what
Tommy
was he?
Tommy last name is Egan, not Teresi.
Well, it was Teresi until Kate gave him his last name. Because remember when he beat her up for the birth certificate?
Oh yeah.
He found out that he had his original last name was Teresi, and she changed it. But what was he? Was he Italian? Were they Italian?
Teresi was Italian.
Italian, okay.
Huh.
So
I don't know. I mean, again, that's if the three of us are writing the show. Because he definitely we definitely see the Irish. We definitely
but you know what? I would be very disappointed if they went down that road. Because to me, that's a money grab. Because we're not going to keep with the current continuity of the series. We're just going to rewrite in new continuity whatsoever. We're going to make.
I don't want them to rewrite. I really don't want them to rewrite Tommy's dad. But I do want them to bring in a connection between Kate and the Irish mob.
Now I think there may be. I think
that would be a
connection between Kate and her mama. In that, yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
Yeah,
if they did that, but my hopes and dreams.
Xavier agrees with you. Of retro, he said if Teresi isn't Tommy's daddy, he quitting.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, y'all going too much now. We in the MCU. We in the Marvel.
Yeah, it needs to be on the Kate side. This has got something to do.
Yeah, I think
it's
gonna be on the Kate side. I'm with y'all on that one.
It needs to be on the Kate side and the mama side because again, we still I guess we kind of fulfill the purpose of the mama with
maybe Kate's daddy.
There you go. Could be Kate's daddy.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't Miriam because let whatchamacallit tell it the daddy,
and
JP
that goes
daddy.
Back to why she was so ashamed of having the black son. Now I could deal with that.
Now that is a connection. Yes, that is definitely a connection.
I could deal with that.
And then that would also explain why Walter isn't easily making the connection. If it's the daddy and not Tommy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm with that. Now I'm with that.
Now that will draw me in a little bit more into the show. That type of writing would draw me in right there. Tommy right up past the doctor's office, and he looked through the window and see that Glory ain't there. He's trying to call her. Her phone goes to voicemail. So he's concerned at this point. He's worried about Glory. And, we're seeing a softer side of Tommy because at this point, Tommy really shouldn't care.
Yeah.
I mean, he don't stop.
He got a soft spot for Gloria. He got a soft spot for Lil Dro. What's the boy name? Lil Dre. What's the boy name?
D-Mac.
D-Mac. Y'all know. Listen, y'all know.
Lil Dre.
You like Lil Nas,
like Lil Bro,
Baby Debbie. What's his name?
Lil Zane.
What his name is?
Lil Bo Peep.
Tommy and Liliana are back at the lab, and they packing up the work. And the crazy part about it is we're seeing that the drug is selling faster than they can supply it.
Even with them working 24 hours a day.
Even with them working 24 hours cooking, they're like moving this drug like crazy, and the money is just pouring in. So he pay everybody out and whatever. And of course, they have a conversation still. This is when JP decides to thank him for this gig, and I don't know how long he's been working for him at this point, but he's made enough money now to put a dent in. What was it, $250,000 that he's in debt?
Yeah.
He's put enough debt into where he's starting to get ready to come into the black. And Tommy's like, okay, cool. Once you get your debts paid off, you up out of here. He was like, well, I really don't have to go anywhere. I could continue to stay here and cook. And Tommy was like, no, that's not what we agreed on. We agreed on, you was going to work off this debt that you needed to pay off your bills, and you up out of here. This ain't the life for you. You don't need to be part of this life. And then this is when JP decides to let Tommy know that I called Kate, and boy, he has a meltdown.
Yeah, I liked it though. I like that energy.
Yeah.
I did. It was overkill, but I liked it.
And
I liked that drama, and I liked
character. I wish we would have had a different character play JP, I'm just not getting it from Anthony Fillion. He's not selling me on the character.
Well, because he doesn't know what his character is really supposed to be.
And maybe that's what it is. They're writing the character. He's just so open-ended.
Yeah, they're trying to act it in a way. That's why I said the same thing about Jannard. I think Jannard is a stellar actor. I think we see the character of Jannard as just this weird, whiny way because he's forced to play the character this way. He floats in and out of truly being thuggish. I mean, he's more whiny than he is thuggish, but that's how the character is kind of being written, I think. And the same thing, I think, for JP.
So D-Mac rose up on his little boy Marshall, and it's exactly what I said it was. Marshall was upset because CBI had to cut him out of the deal with Lazy Eye Cousin up in Indiana. And he's mad about that, and they want a little taste of revenge or whatever. I'm like, y'all are 16 years old. Go find an arcade or something to hang out with.
He was like, I'm mad at you. Don't be mad at me.
Right.
Come on, man.
And I hate that. Actually, I really wanted D-Mac to boss up on him and tell him to step the fuck off.
Right.
I didn't really want them to.
He misses him. That was his only little friend.
I guess, but them getting back in the cahoots together can't mean nothing but trouble.
Oh, we already see his trouble.
Yeah,
they already bit up. They didn't already bit off more than they can chew. Yep. They already in trouble and don't even know. Well, we know they know it now, but
big trouble.
Listen, when they pinky squared and held hands and skipped off, I was like,
skipped off.
I was like, these two idiots. These two. He was like, I got a great caper. I got a way we can, I was like, okay, D-Mac. Now this is after he's had the conversation with Tommy about doing better.
Exactly.
You can do better than how
right back out here want to pull lick.
Yeah, it was oxymoronic because you're telling him all this while he's counting your drug money, right? Like he's your accountant basically, but at the same time he doesn't want him in the game. Right over D-Mac head, he was like, let's do this caper against CBI and this other big time drug dealer.
And he don't got a hold to a break. He don't got a hold to a break.
Where you get a break from, sir? Where you get a break from?
Stole it from somewhere.
Maybe it was behind one of those 65 boxes of cereal that was supposed to be complete.
Yeah, because if he's only dealing with the money, how did he even get to the product?
Where he get a break from?
Because he get that break from? Yeah, the impression I got at the beginning is that he's just sitting in a room counting money all day. Like I didn't feel like he had anything to do with the actual moving of the product. Because remember, Tommy is very careful about what he's involving him and JP in.
Right. Where did he?
And we know from Power, and we know how Tommy moves. Tommy doesn't keep all that in the same place. He don't keep the drugs and the money in the same place. Because even back in Power, they had a safe house where they kept all the money at, and they had another place where they kept the warehouse, where they kept the laundry machines and stuff at, where they kept the drugs at. They never kept all of it in the same place. So it was very interesting to see how he got his hands on that brick.
And is anybody gonna find out where D-Mac mama is?
I don't understand. Where's D-Mac mama? She ain't gonna show up.
I mean, we don't have no cameo. We don't.
Is he homeless?
They haven't even referenced her. They haven't even mentioned her by name.
And the fact that he has to hide his stuff outside, which can't be safe, because Tommy found it. The fact that he's hiding money, pictures, guns, and everything else.
And the fact that there's no key to the lockbox.
Right. Where does this boy live?
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming that when he ran off and he was sitting out front of his house, I'm assuming that's where he lives.
No, he was in the parking
showing that door.
They keep showing the door,
but they never show him go in the door.
Right. You know what? I guess I'm in the minority because Keep It Cute just said the same thing. Keep It Cute said they felt like they were watching a soap opera, and that's what Retro said this morning when I talked to him. He was like, "Man, I felt like it was a soap opera." Okay, I guess it's just me then.
Okay, so
you don't think it looks like a soap
opera? Flanagan, whatever the hell his name is. I'm so sick of him.
Listen, his whole storyline is a waste. It is a waste of energy. It is a waste of time. It is a waste. There's no purpose for him at all. None. He has been punked by everybody. He was punked by Vic. He was punked by Diamond. He was punked by the FBI. He was punked by Walter. He's been punked by everybody on this show, and then he got punked by a coworker at work who you never thought to ask this man, what evidence do you have? How do you know? Because listen, like I said, I would have had to cut his water off. I'm not paying you nothing. Because the thing about blackmail, you see what he already did? Oh, my bad. I need 50,000 by Friday. Listen, it's never going to end with him. And you can't keep, like, for a minute, we won't forget about the Robin Diamond part. You can't keep robbing to get it. At the end of the day, this man is going to always want more money. So you got to make a decision. Either you're going to call his bluff, because I want to know what evidence he has.
Nothing.
Either you call his bluff, or you're going to have to cut his water off. I don't know.
I don't understand this begin again character. I just don't get it. I mean, he's supposed to be the point person for the Flynns, right?
And we think he do nothing for them.
Nothing for them at all. But he's you know, tenderhearted. He's scary. He's jellyback. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get it. Like the guy, he was like, "Come on, man, I can't take care of my sister and give you an extra 50. You're gonna have to snuff this guy."
First of all, when the dude,
He's another poorly cast character.
Yes.
no, it's not
Very
poorly
poorly
cast. It's poorly written. Because
Both.
the action might be great, it's the way it's written. Because there's no way in the world. That's like, okay, you at work. Let's say you've been stealing paper out the copy room. I don't know. I'm just making some shit up. And some dude walk up on you and like, yo,
I know what you've been
you
doing.
been stealing that paper.
Yep.
And he like, don't deny it. I guess my response is, I'm not admitting shit. How do you know? What information do you have?
What
How
paper?
do you prove it?
What are we talking about? What are you
But
saying?
this,
What paper?
this the crazy part about it is you ain't even got to get your hands dirty. Your hands can stay clean. You running with these thugs in the street.
That's because
Call one of them
that's
up.
when I went to
Call
Vic,
one
and
of them up.
instead of
Hey, I got a problem I need you to take care of.
exactly, instead of telling Vic, oh man, I need more money for the dude, I'd have been like, yo, Vic, yo, this dude wrote this his name, this is badge number, this where he lived. He rolled up on me. He know about the arrangement. You gonna have to take care of that.
Exactly.
And that's it. That's it.
Yep. So,
But you charge Vic up, right? Vic said he wants you to find out about this Dahlia. You upcharge him. Then you go and you rob Diamond,
Which was
for the money,
so
and you upcharge him.
right.
So I'm just like, okay, so they're gonna make.
he gonna end up getting his water turned off. Was what's gonna happen?
He's gonna be the fodder. It's gonna be Seamus.
He's gonna end up getting his water turned off because he's out here extorting all these hoodlums.
Because I don't think any of us
telling them about the
mentioned
problems
him.
that he has that they need to deal with. Because either one of them could have dealt with it for him. Hell, all
Yeah.
he had to do was go have a conversation with Jannard.
Yeah.
And Jannard would have done it personally, probably. You know?
Right. That's all he had to do. All he had to do was let any one of those people that he's riding dirty with know, listen, all of us about to go down. This whole
Right.
club about to get blown.
Right.
And dude would have been a memory.
Yeah.
Missing. Out there in the woods with Ma and what's his name? Out there in the woods. Hell. But we see that he's motivated by the fact that he keeps and then the fact that he keeps threatening him with his sister. Oh, she's getting ready to go into state care. She's going to be a vegetable and all that. Totally disrespectful, totally across the line. If he didn't earn his death the first time he extorted him, he definitely earned it this week. Like, you know, because now you threatening my sister and she ain't got nothing to do with this.
Yeah, because listen, when he started talking about his sister, I just knew he was gonna fuck him up.
I thought he was gonna fuck him up too. I like, oh yeah, he finna get his water turned off, and nope, he didn't.
Because those was fighting words. Everything he said was some fighting words.
So the 4 horsemen arrived from Ireland with their weapons in tow. I don't know how they got through customs with it.
Looking like Kate and Todd.
I don't know how they got through customs with all these big ass suitcases, which we presume that have weapons in them. You know, I don't know. Maybe they came on a private jet. I don't know.
Right.
And of course, Claudia is back at Tommy's house again. And I'm just like, yo, y'all just keep going back and forth having the same conversation over and over again. I feel like y'all could have had this entire conversation in one scene. Y'all keep meeting up to have the same reoccurring conversation about what's going on with this whole Vic thing. And I guess this is such a shockwave through the streets. Like, this is such a shockwave, and everybody's so affected by it. But yet, Tommy still don't know nothing that's going on. You knew enough that they were in danger, but now after the danger has occurred, you're just on the outside trying to seek out information on what happened. Like, you should have your ears in the streets too. Your little hitter, D-Mac, should be the one coming to you with all the facts and what's going on, because he stay in the streets. Like, the fact that they got Tommy running out here seeking out information, just that's not.
I mean,
Tommy's
he's the
character.
connect. He could have called the Hasidics. He could have called I don't want to call them Hispanics, Latins. I don't know what they identify as, but he could have called any of them. Like, you are distro. You need to be finding out what's going on in the streets. You've already aggressed against the Serbs, so you need to be finding out what's going on with Merkovich. Like, you need to be having these conversations. We don't see any of that. We're so busy trying to put together these tissue paper thin storylines that we're not pulling out things that will really, I don't know.
Let's go back to the barbershop. So you got Jannard and Blackston. They down there in the basement having a whole conversation like y'all in private. Like y'all don't have no care in the world about anyone overhearing this conversation that you're having, where you're steadily plotting and scheming against your own brother. And you sitting here telling this man everything that you've done, everything that you're going to do, and your brother's standing there at the door listening.
Diamond's a sucker, man. He's a sucker. This is why I tricked him. This is why I be stroking him from the back and making him think he the king. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to snuff this ninja out. Like, I mean, just tell us more. Tell us more. And my social security number.
That at any point in time, Diamond could walk in and hear the comment. Like, it never occurred. Because remember, Diamond wasn't even trying to be quiet when he first came in because he ain't know. It never occurred.
He definitely had a pair of hard bottoms on.
Yeah.
Right. It never, ever occurred to you.
This is all the way over your head. This is gone.
Yeah.
You have no inkling.
He was like, my social security number is 555. Okay, my check. I was like, tell us more. Tell us more, Jannard. Tell us more.
And he was getting louder and
louder. Yep.
Even with that, Braxton, he doesn't know about Braxton. He doesn't know everything he needs to know about Braxton. It's just Braxton is just okay.
Do you think that Jannard put 2 and 2 together? That Diamond probably overheard him?
That was the one scene I enjoyed. That's the one scene I enjoyed. It was the look on their face when they came up them stairs and he was coming out of the back room. And the way Diamond handled it, I enjoyed that too. Does Jannard not have a house? That's his barbershop.
Yeah, I think he's nervous. It's kind of like, because I'm gonna go ahead and speak for myself, but I think all of us have probably been in that situation where you're having a conversation about somebody and they walk up, or you know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh shit, how much? I mean, it could be a work you know, that malicious, but and you're like, oh shit, how much did they hear? I think it's sort of that, like, yo, when did he get here? Because remember, when they came upstairs, he was coming out the back room like he had been there for a minute.
Yep.
And he and Braxton did a good job conveying that, I think, because they looked super nervous. I like the way Diamond played it off. I thought that was.
Diamond did a good job.
He did a good job. He did, even from the hug, him going over like, you're the smartest ever. He dapping him and hugging him up. You know, and he said, "That's right, baby brother. I love you, baby brother." I was like, okay.
But I think I definitely feel like Diamond is figuring it. Because one thing we learned about Diamond is Diamond does not move. He doesn't move quickly, but he moves very precisely. When he moves, he moves. And I think because again, at the end of the day, it is still it's a very Cain and Abel moment. It's still his brother. And that's because, if he's anybody else, he already dead.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it's going to work out, but there's definitely going to be, some repercussions for it. Now, what's going to happen? I don't know.
I definitely think that Diamond is one of our more consistent characters. We've seen him sort of just be the same way the whole season. I like Diamond's transparency. I even like, this Dalai Lama Diamond that we're getting. I think it has its point. I would like to see Diamond snap out, you know what I'm saying? Like lose it.
Yeah, I need
So
them to
we
do
can
something
realize
else
he's
with
a
his
quiet
character
storm.
as well. You know, they just kind of got him just floating around in the background, but I really want to see him start making some boss moves too. And I think this is going to unlock that. I think this is going to him overhearing this conversation is going to unlock that because now I got to go against my brother.
I don't think so, and I'm gonna tell you why when we get there.
All right.
Once Tommy realizes that Jannard is the one that shot D-Mac or it ordered the hit, I don't think Dom is gonna have to do anything, but I think what's gonna happen is Dom is gonna give Tommy his blessing.
Yeah.
Like, do what you gotta do. Like, I'm not gonna stand in the way. I'm not gonna protect him. Do what you gotta do. But I think ultimately if this were a different type of show, meaning better writers, I think there would absolutely be a Cain and Abel showdown moment where both, like I said,
And
about
that's what I want to
power.
see.
Remember, I told y'all at the beginning of Power, at the beginning of the final season of Power, I said in the very first episode, Ghost is gonna die, and what's the face did it. The son did it. I said from the beginning, the son did it. All season long with all the twists and turns, I never changed.
That moment with
the son did it, and it's the same thing. There has to be in this moment, the way they've written this, there is absolutely supposed to be a Cain and Abel moment where one of them has to pull the trigger on the other.
Exactly.
But I don't think they're going to do it.
No, they're not. But it kind of takes me back to Ghost and Tommy because you remember we had so many moments like that with Ghost and Tommy where they were fighting. Remember when Tommy shot Angela and Ghost broke into his place and they beat the shit out of each other?
Yeah.
They're whatchamacallit. They've had so many showdowns with each other. We need a moment like that with Jannard and Diamond where this ain't no play that either one of us can take each other out any moment.
Yeah.
But you're right, Crystal. We're not going to get that.
Yeah, I agree with both of you.
We're not
need
gonna
it.
Get that.
Whether we're going to get it or not,
is going to be like a Kanan. He's going to run off and hide. He's probably going to get fucked up, and he's going to run off and recover. And he's going to be hiding out in Indiana or somewhere like that. And then he's going to come back in a later season and try to. It's going to be just like what they did with Kanan. They're going to make it where, Diamond's going to come out on top and Jannard's going to go somewhere in the hiding and he's going to come back later on to be a threat. They're not going to kill him. They need to because I'm ready for him to go. And I'm ready for Diamond to get back out here in these streets with Tommy and they be Ghost, the new Ghost and Tommy. That's what I'm ready for that.
I think in order for us to I think they could really sell a Diamond to us, much better. I like that he's this quiet storm Dalai Lama, but I want to see him snap out.
I want to see him be that killer.
That person that you don't want to make
you don't
mad.
want to mess with. Yeah. I want to see that anger unlocked. And so hopefully we get that with him over here in the scene. Tommy goes to Claudia's penthouse. How is he even able to get up there?
He said, I'm glad you answered the buzzer.
I mean, and they have a whole conversation. And of course, he declares his innocence and her dumb ass. Everybody in Chicago know how to get in her place.
I just don't understand why she came out off the rip like that. You do know this is going to fracture the drug thing you got going on. You do realize you've forsaken what you have put in place for your father, who's never given you anything in terms of leadership. You do know that. For them to write her in this way where she's just like, did you have anything to do with it? He was like, why would I do that? And she was like, just be honest. I was just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, just be honest about it.
This is your partner.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What do you think the residual effects are going to be? I said the same thing, about the Will Smith situation. You can do whatever you want to do in this world. Just know there's going to be some consequences, and you need to kind of think ahead. That's what adults do. Like, think ahead. In that moment, you could go ahead and do whatever you want to do, but just think about what the residual is going to be. And, right, wrong, or indifferent, you're going to have to live with the consequences. Claudia,
That's
what
right.
do you think the consequences are going to be with you not bringing Tommy in the loop and really seeing what's up with him, as opposed to you going off half-cocked with your family? Like, you got a whole drug out here, girl, that's making millions.
Literally.
Because Tommy didn't even blink when dude was like 1.5. He was like, all right.
Yeah. I tell you what, I give you another $500,000.
Right?
Yeah,
Another
we
$500,000
did.
if you
Yeah.
let me take care of the dude that ordered the hit.
Yeah. Damn. A 1 million just Laying around.
Right, laying around. Just gotta go to the right cereal box.
Now I see why he had so many cereal boxes. I was like, is that 65?
Bennigan shows up at the barbershop and decides to rob Diamond. We kind of already talked about that a little bit, but that's stupid. So stupid. And he hit the man with the gun. Like you asking for your water to be turned off at this point.
I mean, and then he let Diamond baptize him. It was like he broke into the church. You know, he was like,
sermon, didn't he?
Diamond was like, you don't have to do this. This don't have to be you. Okay.
Let's
the Lord
pray,
loves you. Have you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? Okay. Just really think about this. Begin. He was like, I don't know what to do. He want more money, man. How much he want? 100,000.
And then that was his opening right there. Going back to what me and Crystal was saying, that was his opening right there to get rid of his troubles.
It absolutely was.
This is why I'm robbing you.
Yeah.
I got a problem.
Yeah.
Diamond, I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
I'm still
unless you can help me with my problem, this is what I need.
I'm still gonna give you this 150.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take care of that problem for you too.
Yeah. But then, you know, like I said, he was giving us Father Diamond. He said, you know what? You need 100 grand. Take 150. Okay. This is to absolve me for your sister.
Yep.
This is to keep you from doing anything else that's stupid.
Yep.
Now, I'm not gonna tell you how to get rid of this blackmailer. Like, you got to go sleeping with the pit. No, he was like, give him this 150 and deal with your situation. I liked it from the Diamond standpoint. Again, it just solidified that Sheamus is probably gonna get whacked this season. There's no way around it, really. Yep. And then Diamond's gonna end up taking care of his sister for him.
And it's like Crystal said, you still haven't dealt with the looming threat with this dude extorting you for money, because he can take this 150 from you and still rat you out.
Oh, he's gonna do it. That's the nature of blackmail. That's what end up doing. Finnegan, whatever is gonna go down. He's gonna bleed and dry until he has no choice but to turn Begin Again up. That's what he's gonna do. In the real world. Yeah, that's just the nature of blackmail.
Yep.
But what gets me with the whole situation, I was like, it turns out that the guy who's blackmailing Begin Again would be better off working for the Flynns. He's got more backbone.
Yep.
More chutzpah.
It almost makes you question, how did this even happen? Yep. Like, how did Bennigan even get in? Like, I need the origin story on how this happened.
No, you're not gonna get it. We've got 10 episodes and we got to spend 8 of them chasing our tail. We've got to spend 8 episodes.
But I'm just saying it doesn't make sense because he has no heart. None. He has none. Like, I understand that they were probably looking for somebody that had a weak link. Like, you know, when they look for somebody to extort. So I get it. His sister is the weak link. I get that part of it. But what has he really done for y'all? Like, I don't even see what he's done.
Why bring in the extortion? Why bring in the extortion? You've already had him pull Diamond over from taking a run, and you put him in the back of the car, and you have this nonsensical conversation. All the things that Diamond regret, we could have had Diamond, talk about this regret that he had, which led him to go to prison. Okay. And then we could have, when Sheamus put him in the car, tied it all together like that. And then we could have written it like they become, close. And he starts looking out for Diamond, that would have been better than bringing in a blackmail story behind some flimsy storyline that you haven't even put together very well at all. I don't know. It just seemed like a waste of time when we could have spent more time on the JPD Mac, the JP Granny situation, hell, the JP Tommy situation. We could have did that dialogue there. The Diamond Jannard situation, we could have spent a little bit more time on that and just made it a little bit more viable. We should be rooting for both Diamond and Jannard
at the same time. Yeah.
We should be torn. We should be just as torn about Jannard as Diamond is. But because the way they've written him, the reason, the fact that they've not put really any depth of context behind these storylines is why we have no investment in any of these characters.
None.
Speaking of storylines that are just writing themselves, we get to Adriana and Diamond at the restaurant. They having breakfast, and where are they going with this character?
I was about to say I liked it better when he didn't know.
Me too.
Like when they were just
there's a certain level of mystery. Right now, we know exactly what she is and what she's not doing because she's not writing the story about him. So, are we supposed to just accept her as his love interest now? I mean,
I think these moments are really meant to show us that Diamond is gonna be
transitional scenes.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like they're moving Diamond to this place where he's gonna be like the father Diamond. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised in season 2 if they gave him a clergy collar. You know what I'm saying? Like he been taking seminary school in jail and he finally got his paperwork. Like I just feel like that's where they're going. And that's why they're using this, because he was very transparent with her about what was going on with him and how something from his past came back to bite him in the butt. I like this dialogue. I like the fact that she was like, I don't even know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to write it. I just know that I really care about you and I don't want to do anything to hurt you. And there's this tender kiss.
Do you feel like that moment was genuine? Do you feel like that moment was genuine?
I felt like that moment was genuine. I do. But again, we don't know what they're going to do with her character per se. But I do feel like they're using this to sort of elevate the Diamond character as, this wise OG. So, I think that's why they're doing this to move Diamond to this certain place. I mean, she may end up getting, and that may be like Gloria was Vic's turning moment. Maybe Adrian is being positioned to be Diamond's turning moment.
Probably so.
When he released the Kraken.
I wish that I almost wish that they had written Diamond's character from the beginning, which is what I thought in the beginning. I almost wish they had written Diamond's character as I'm out the game. Like, and I know it probably would have pissed you off, Retro, because you'd have been like, oh, this is so much like Ghost. But I almost wish that it had been I'm out the game. I appreciate you holding it down. Let me run my barbershop. I'm going, because remember, that's what he said at the beginning. We're going to keep the barbershop clean.
Barbershop would have been Switzerland, where they had to meet up.
I almost wish.
I would have lived with that.
And then the dynamic between Diamond and Jannard could have been the Tommy Ghost dynamic of, you need to get back in the game, bruh. I did this for you. I set it up for you. All you got to do. I almost wish that was their dynamic, because the way this is written just doesn't connect. It just doesn't.
Not cohesive.
Yeah.
It's not cohesive. Yeah. And you know what? And that's what I thought they were doing when they had the guards give him the barber's kit when he was getting out of prison and the whole barbershop. I thought this is what this was going to be.
Yeah.
Diamond was going to be Switzerland. The barbershop was going to be Switzerland. Jannard and Tommy on both sides were going to try to pull him back into the game. Jannard needed him back in for CBI. Tommy needed him because he needed more firepower in his crew. I would have liked to see that dynamic more so.
That's what I thought we were going to get. I really thought that's what we were getting was Diamond not wanting to be in the game. And Jannard constantly doing things to put him in the game.
Like how Ghost and Tommy were, yeah.
Exactly. Now, I know, like I said, I know that probably would have pissed people off. Like, this is just like Power, but it's better than what they gave me, in my opinion.
Yeah, it would have been a better story arc. So Tommy, again, the next scene further cements that, because Tommy comes to Diamond for help. And Diamond pretty much tell him, like, look, I'm not on that right now. I helped you out with a big favor already. My debt with you is clean. You're on your own with this. But they keep having Tommy go to him and elicit help, and Diamond keeps turning him down, saying, hey, look, this ain't what I'm on. They should have just written his character that way, because we haven't seen Diamond really get his hands dirty. But he's the leader of CBI.
I just don't understand it. I didn't understand it. I did not understand why we spent 3-4 episodes with them taking long walks in the park, talking about their past and the people in their past and how things transpired, right? Getting kidnapped together, just building this bond. And Tommy comes in with this aloof, vague, obtuse, okay, I need your help. I need soldiers and I need
ominous
manpower
request.
and I need it now because of this. No, nothing. You don't say, listen, I'm in this place. I need your best advice. How should I move here? Like, what do you think? You know these streets. Like, I felt like I can trust you in this game. You trust him enough to give you soldiers and to ride with you, but you don't trust him with the I didn't get it. I just didn't understand it. It didn't do the relationship that they built over the season any justice. The conversation they had over the Dahlia and what do you think in the diner was longer than this conversation that they had outside about going to war.
Which didn't go anywhere either. Because when Diamond put the drug up on the table and said, what do you know about this? To me, that was garnering interest. He was garnering interest in this drug. And they went nowhere with it.
And Tommy said, I didn't mention it to him because I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk to him about it yet. Here's an opportunity for you to kill two birds with one stone and bring the only person on this show that has comes across as your true brother.
Or ally, or true ally. So the next thing bothers me too. You just killed half of the Serbs, and you're able to just walk up in this restaurant and have a conversation with Mikovic.
That's why I went ahead and did my review, because I didn't want to make it seem like I was bringing all this because y'all, I know how y'all.
You know how we think.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I was going to bring up. Make it make sense. Please make it make sense.
They didn't even draw their guns. They wasn't even like click, 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 click. I know you lying walking up in here.
But just like Walter wasn't supposed to be able to get in there like he did, Tommy wasn't supposed to be able to get in a 3-mile radius of that establishment.
I know where you can kill you some Serbs at. Let me just say, just go down here.
And then the mere fact that you're going to them and asking them for help, and you just took out half his crew.
He don't even
and stole their drugs.
Mikovic don't even mention it. He don't even bring it up. He don't even bring it up. He don't even give him a little bit of pushback about it. He was like, okay, that's fine. Give me 1.5 meal.
I'm trying not to be petty. I'm really not trying to be petty, but that's just poor writing. The Serbs have always been a fearful threat to Tommy. He has always been afraid of the Serbs. And the fact that they're being utilized, you would have done better just leaving him out of the show.
That's what I said. They definitely tied up some loose ends, like really was saying, but it was so rushed. At what cost did these loose ends get tied up?
So Tommy takes out one of the Serbs. He gives the man $2 million for soldiers for protection or whatever it is. And
wait, he kills the guy. He gave him an extra $500 if you tell me who killed Gloria.
Yeah,
and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, it's the dude at the door."
Yeah. He snitched on him.
And Tommy goes and paints the wall with the guy's brains. I was like, the cleanup alone is why they should have not allowed this. I mean, come on.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum go to Indiana, and they meet up with Cousin Buddy.
On this show, you gotta be more specific about who Tweedledee and Tweedledum is. It's a couple of them.
In my review, I call Da and Vic Da and Dumber.
Yeah. These D-Mac and Marshall, whatever, they go see Cousin Buddy, who just he's always here. Cousin Buddy is always up here. I don't know what's going on with Cousin Buddy. I don't know if he's snorting.
I felt like they were
right, because I mean, Gary isn't that far, but it's like, sir, you don't have nothing to do, nothing.
But hang out in the streets.
But hang out in Chicago, sir.
So they go to him and they meet up with him about trying to do a new deal with them. They want to cut CBI out now, and they want to be the supplier. They want to be the connect for the Gary crew, and they're bringing them Dahlia. And again, we already talked about D-Mac brandishing the brick. Don't know where he got it from. Don't know why he's walking around with a whole brick of drugs in his book bag. or whatever. But it just another wasted scene.
I like that Freddie Gibbs character. I do. I like him. I like that he's, like this wild card, and he plays, super crazy. He's just like, what? When he threatens to shoot his own guy for disobeying.
Yeah.
He was going to kill his own cousin.
For moving.
But I love the fact that they kept calling him cuz. I was like, what is this, Atlanta? But they was like, cuzzo, yo, cuz. I was like, that is Atlanta jargon. All day long.
It is.
I love that. I love that moment. I didn't love how silly it was written. I wanted them to give us a little bit more of this Indiana Connect as a formidable foe, right? Like, I really, really wanted that. And I think he's geared up and ready to do that. But because of the writing, when he told them, make the connect, bring me 4 more bricks, or make a connect so I can trust you. If not, you guys are going rockabye. I was like, oh, Marshall, you're going to die. So I got Begin Again on it for this season, and I got Marshall on it for this season.
I already said Marshall was getting up out of here. Next scene, Claudia is on the streets, and I guess everybody know where the Serbs hang out at, because she's around the corner from this restaurant. And
around the corner.
That's the worst kept secret.
She's around the corner at this restaurant in Monet's G-Wagon, because she's driving Monet's G-Wagon. In Monet's G-Wagon, she watching them. She's walking up to this black Audi. What was she getting ready to do?
I don't know what she's going to peek in the window like this.
Before she saw Tommy and Merkovich, she was going to do something. What do you think that she was getting ready to go do?
I don't know what her whole purpose for being it was, because again, you was going to walk up on the Serbs and do what? Ask them who shot at your brother? Like, come on.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
But she had her hand in her jacket, didn't she? Like she was going to shoot him up.
But again, if this had been the Claudia from episode 1 and 2, I might have been like, oh, she was about to roll up in there and figure some shit out. But because they've watered down her character over the last couple of episodes, I'm thinking now, like, what was your purpose? What were you going to do? What was the plan?
Yeah, what was the plan? Because y'all didn't make it clear to us what the plan was.
And she tiptoed up lightly. She saw them. She was like, oh.
And ran back to her car.
And then, I was like, okay, girl.
It makes no sense.
She don't call Tommy. She don't do nada. You know what I'm saying? She don't do none of that.
That's why I was trying to figure out what her plan was. Were you getting ready to put a bomb in a car or something? I mean, what were you getting ready to do? You run back to your house. You run back to your house and tell your brother and your father, Dad, you were right. And he was like,
nobody was more surprised.
Did you see it?
Right. He was more surprised than they were. Like, oh, I am? Oh, yeah, I'm right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I told you. That's right.
Nobody was more surprised than Walt.
He was like, right about what?
Me? I was right? Oh, shit.
Yeah, what are we talking about? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I told you.
Deep. Yeah, oh, yeah.
And then they have a toast. They have a toast to submit their alliance with each other. Family over everything.
Again, he pulled him in. He was like, family is the cornerstone of breath and life. And they were like, you know what, Da? We're all in. We are all in. You can have everything. Everything. Our common sense, left and right brain cognitive abilities. Left and right brain cognitive abilities. Yeah, you can have it all. We'll bend over and you can put each arm up our rectum and work us like a puppet. We're here for it, Da.
All my common sense.
What are we doing?
First, take all of my common sense, because I have none.
Yeah.
Right, because I don't have none. Take it all. Take all my common sense.
Was Paulie in the closing scene? Did we just see Paulie for that moment? For him to be, he seems more like, I'm like, is Paulie a real person? Is this Sixth Sense? He just appears and he has these mysterious conversations with Walter, and then he disappears again. It's like no one can see him.
His character well either, I don't think.
No one can see him but Walter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just didn't get it. I don't get it.
And
I
if they
mean,
weren't going to use the storyline with the son this season, why introduce him in this season? You know, any character that's introduced in the season, I look to see some more development with them. We haven't seen any other scenes with the son other than him going, the fact that we know that he's homeless and Paulie went and give him some money and some food, and that was it.
I thought for a split second though that we were gonna see Paulie maybe roll up to the FBI office because he seems like he doesn't want Walter to go down this path. He doesn't want to be a part of this war. Like he wanted to stop all of this, and this was the way to do it. But then I was like, oh, stop.
And maybe that's how
logically.
it comes out, Miss Honey. Maybe that's how it comes out.
I don't know.
When
I don't
Paulie finds out that Walter manipulated this whole situation and got those 4 Irish horsemen to come in, they're gonna get killed. We know they're gonna get killed. We know that Tommy's gonna bing, bing, bang, bang.
Yeah.
All 4 of them.
Yeah. Right. After doing parkour off the wall.
And
he's got to be a total superhero.
Because first of all, you don't brought the Irish mob down here.
Right.
You don't got the Irish mob killed. You don't manipulated your son and your daughter. Walter has turned everyone against him at this point.
Right.
So I could very easily see Paulie calling up. We're gonna see him in silhouette, calling up the feds, and guess what? Here come Blanca Rodriguez.
I don't know. It makes so much sense. It makes perfect sense. That's why
it's gonna be Blanca Rodriguez. It's gonna be somebody that show up. Tommy Egan.
Oh, yeah.
All of New York gonna show up looking for Tommy Egan. Yeah. I could very easily see Paulie in silhouette.
I mean, it makes so much sense. That's how I know it's not gonna happen. No retro.
Because these fans that they thrown us, they're not a threat. It's gonna get back to New York. It's gonna Kate coming. The fans are going to be next. It's going to be Blanca Rodriguez. It's going to be whoever was trying to chase Tommy. Was it Jenny? I think Jenny was after him too, wasn't she? In book 2, whoever has been
Jenny,
the chick that was trying to prosecute Tariq.
DA
that was trying to prosecute Tariq. Who was it that was
trying to
prosecute Tommy in book 2? I know Blanca was after him real bad.
Yeah, the one that helped Tasha go into hiding.
I don't like people playing on my phone. I don't like people playing on my phone. She was trying to take him down too. Somebody gonna come looking for him.
Yeah,
because Paula gonna make that call and like, listen, enough is enough. Come get him. I'll serve him up on a silver platter.
Yeah,
and that's when they're gonna find out that Tommy's there, and then that's how we're gonna bring the feds in. Because right now the feds don't have no substance whatsoever. They don't have no case,
and
they're gonna forget all about Walter when they find out Tommy there.
We've never seen Paulie pull a gun. I don't think we've ever seen Paulie pull a gun. I don't think he's about that life. I think he's the conciliary that tries to keep the peace.
Yep. And
like he told Walter, we don't have that kind of army. Like, you can't be out here writing checks that you're behind can't cash, bruh.
And you sick and getting ready to go any day now. You sick and getting ready to go any day now, and you're actually trying to incite a war?
Well, remember, we found out that he ain't getting ready to go any day now.
But he insists on acting like he is.
Right. He got to go get the therapy, but he's not
he's like bump your cure.
Well, you know, me and Miss Honey try to send them on home. We've been trying to send them home for
y'all be trying. I swear, you between y'all and Abby, Lord have mercy.
Jannar and Blackston have a conversation. So I'm assuming that cousin Buddy must have called Jannar and told Jannar.
He did. He told him. He double crossed. Well, he double crossed nobody, but.
Well, I mean, they're 16 years old. It's not hard to
But they said it. He doesn't have any product. He gave you a sample, but he has no product to back it up.
I probably wouldn't have called Jannar until I saw whether the boys was going to come through or not.
We're to assume that's what happened because of the poor writing. That's what we are to assume.
It may not have been cousin Buddy. It may have been somebody on his team.
That's true too.
It may not have been cousin Buddy that called.
Right.
It may be somebody else trying to be top boy.
Yeah. Maybe the dude he threatened to kill for walking.
Yep. For walking. For breathing. Right. For breathing.
You take another step, you're dead. Like,
right.
Nigga, what?
Yeah. I love how they shot all of the Freddie Gibbs scene at one time. They were just like, stand 2 feet over and we're gonna shoot the Marshall and D-Max scene, right? Okay, that's what we're gonna do. And then when Jannard met with him last episode, when he was like bullets and bodies, they were like, stand far back, more under the bridge. like they shot all of these scenes at one time, and you can tell it.
The same day.
Same day. You
right.
can tell it.
Like, we're gonna go ahead and knock this on out. We're just gonna knock all this out.
Yep.
Right.
You can go and do it. We only need you for one day on set. One day
on set, and that's it. Y'all
and
Freddie Gibbs till about 9 p.m. You're done for the day.
Freddie Gibbs, that would explain why he brought his all to this character. I think his character could be a little bit more fun in this in this franchise, but I don't know.
Well, at the very least, we should see him as what they're trying to portray him as a wild card.
Yeah,
we should have seen him came down to Chicago right now and act a fool, and we should see him as a wild card.
Yeah, he should have left some bodies by now.
He should have had a trail of bodies. Yes,
right. Something should have popped off with him being such a wild card. But again, they may just be waiting for episode 10, and they're just going to give us the fastest, quickest, bloodiest episode in the history of Power.
Yeah, I think episode 10 is going to be like,
what?
You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be all over the
I think it's going to be a free for all. It's going to be a lot of bodies that drop next week.
Yeah. And maybe a couple of people we don't know is dead. We assume is dead, but we don't know for sure they're dead. But they might bring them back. Like, it's going to be a cluster dog.
Right. And because we know that they're like they have a guaranteed season 2. We might not get it for another year, but we got a guaranteed season 2. They can write like that. They can write for next season and not have to worry about trying to give us a closure.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're going to get to the end of next week's episode and be like,
no closure. There's no closure on any of the story
nothing. Yeah.
Right. Everybody we thought was gonna die is gonna be alive, and I mean,
it's gonna be right. Some people are gonna be shot.
Yeah. I mean, Gloria probably is gonna be in witness protection next season.
They're gonna give her plastic surgery and bring her back as
and she's gonna be Adrian's sister.
Yeah. So Tommy meets up with D-Mac, and D-Mac tells him about the Gary deal, and of course Tommy goes off on him and tells him how stupid you are about running your mouth about this. Like, we move in low key, and you bringing attention to us right now. Like, you should have shut your mouth up about it. And he uses the opportunity to tell D-Mac that JP is his father. And JP storms off and runs home, and he just sits outside and contemplating the news. Like, I would have had a lot more questions for him. I've been like, yo, what do you mean you my uncle?
Listen, Freddie Gibbs called the D-Mac character Gumby.
Yeah.
And we got to see how Gumby he was when he turned around. I was like, he's all legs and arms.
Yeah.
Okay. And then after, what happened, and Tommy went to pick him.
Yeah.
Tommy was like,
that was just like Marvin trying to pick up Lulu in Raising Kanan. That just looked so uncomfortable. You would better off throwing the boy over your shoulder.
I was like, what is that? A praying mantis he's picking up? He was just like arms and legs, and I was just like. But that scene between Tommy and D-Mac reminded me, again, I'm probably dating myself, but there used to be a cartoon, like from the Tom and Jerry franchise, where it was like a big bulldog, and then he had a little bulldog behind, and that little bulldog was like, "Right, boss? Isn't that right, boss? What do you say, boss? Do you want to go, boss? Boss?" And he did it, and then the big bulldog would smack him and be like, shit.
I know what you're talking about.
That's what it reminded me of, because he was like, "Oh, no, I made the connect." And Tommy was like, "Are you kidding? Did you tell them where I live? Did they follow you? Why are you doing this? Yada yada." He was like, "Oh no, you're blowing it out of proportion. It was really fun. Like, we had snacks and it was great." And he was like, "Are you kidding me? You can't do this. I don't want you to do this." Though. And I know that you shot up the club and that JP's your dad, because I'm your uncle. And then he was like, "You know what? I'm not a kid anymore." Pulls out a gun. You know, I was just like, what are they doing with this D Mac character? When he turns and runs off, I was like, oh, he's a putty tat. Go after him, Tommy. Go after him.
And Tommy like, listen, put that up because you ain't finna blast this. You know, you ain't finna
You're
put that
no
brick up.
killer.
You yeah.
You
And then
may
he runs
count
off
bullets, but you don't shoot them.
and runs home. And of course, Tommy knows exactly where to find him, man. He's looking at his little tin box, and of course, the picture is there, and he puts two and two together. And
I don't know.
speaking of scenes that were shot in the same day, that same Tahoe that pulled up and shot at them is the same one that shot at Tommy and
Liliana and the
Yep.
Serbs.
That happened the same day.
Same day. And they was under the same overpass where D-Mac was acting like he was hiding, and Tommy was like, dude, I can see you. You're right here. And then he was like, I'm a savant. I know math. It was the same overpass.
And Tommy is literally not trying to take any cover. He's just bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
And
yeah, he
D-Mac
pushes
gets
D-Mac.
hit with a straight bullet.
Yeah.
Takes him to the hospital. These hospitals don't ask questions. Like,
what a mom. What a mom.
And all this happened outside her house. So you would think she would have came out and saw that the child.
I don't think so. I think they was down in the parking deck. That's what I think. Because Tommy was the last one with the memory box. What did he do? Just walk up in Tommy's house and got the memory box? No. Why would they look for D-Mac over to Tommy? What? I don't know. It's too much. You thinking too much. Yeah, you're thinking too much. That's why I was like, you're thinking too much. Stop it. This what gets you. No sense. Yeah, this what gets you frustrated.
And of course, he calls JP up, and JP shows up to the hospital and says, "Hey, you know the guy that's been shooting up your club? That's your son. He's in there fighting for his life right now."
JP was like, "What?" Pulls out the picture. How long have you known? Oh, I've known for a minute.
Last episode.
Go ahead, Crystal.
And I'm just saying, I just feel like they even at this point. Like, you called Kate. I didn't tell you that I knew who your son was and that he was out in these streets. Like, I just feel like they even. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
where was JP going? You even know you finna go in there and ask for Darnell?
Yeah, who were you going to ask for?
You don't know what he looked like, clearly.
You don't.
Where was you going?
You know what room he was in?
What's happening? What are you doing?
Don't
know nothing about nothing.
I'm going to see my son.
Tommy at war, but you know what? I got time today, D-Mac. Let's go, me and you, and talk to your daddy. What do you think he's gonna say, Uncle Tommy? Okay. Then you go and have this conversation with D-Mac. Oh yeah, by the way, this isn't my blood. This is your son's blood. Okay. Yeah, your son, and I've known about it for a minute. And then they try to show us JP having this Tommy moment, the same Tommy moment that Tommy had with him about Kate. It doesn't go. It doesn't fly. It's nonsensical. Why are we doing this? We really didn't have to bring the JP D-Mac situation back up again until season 2. We could have had Tommy go to the next place and not even discuss the JP situation or Kate or any of that until season 2.
So now this is gonna make this even more. Just when Kate shows up next week, this is just gonna be a smorgasbord of confusion.
Come on, smorgasbord.
D-Mac and JP processing the fact that this is my son that's been shooting at my club. You got your estranged mother that's over here. The father is probably going to show up. Then you got Tommy. It's just the whole episode is going to be about their family tree that's so broken. They got all these branches that reach out to parallel dimensions or whatever. It's going to be a headache. They're at Gloria's Club, which obviously they own that club now. That's their club now. They're at Gloria's Club having a meeting with the 4 horsemen. And one of them kind of make a little slick dig at Claudia about, since when your father that you sit in on meetings. And then of course Walter tries to defend her. It's like, well, you're gonna need my daughter's smarts in order to make it in Chicago. Whatever. They could have left that scene alone too. So they're gonna go out. They're sending these guys out here to get killed because Tommy's gonna take them out one by one. Or maybe all 4 of them at the same time. I don't know. Tommy has magical weapons and magical powers.
Yeah, they're gonna put all the Serbs on the same plane when it goes down.
Yep.
It's just gonna be. I mean, right now. I'm just focused on who's gonna move to season 2. Who do we think is gonna be on season 2? If I focus on that more than how
that's the end of
episode
this
10
episode.
goes,
So I'm just gonna tell you right now who's not going to make it into season 2. Because Liliana made that comment about going to meet up with the Flynns, I don't think she makes it.
You don't think who makes it?
Liliana.
You've been trying to kill Liliana all season. Why are you trying to kill that woman?
Because, like I keep telling y'all, every time we get a character we like, they take them away from us.
I think Liliana makes it.
And it's going to be Claudia that'll probably do it. And that's what's going to make us even more madder about it.
I think Liliana makes it to season 2.
I hope she does.
If D-Mac is still in the hospital next week, I say that Liliana probably will get injured, which will be the catalyst to Tommy going full-blown season 3 power.
I could go
season
with that.
3 power Tommy. Because, Tommy used to be, what I'm saying, like touch in the head. Like when he goes hard, he goes hard. So I think if we get to see Liliana, anything happen with her, it'll be hurt. Too. Yeah, it'll be hurt.
Okay, so I'm not the only one then. I'm not the only one. I got someone that agrees with me finally. Somebody agrees with me. Thank you, keep it cute. Liliana is out of here. I'm just going to look at her right
who would
now.
they replace Liliana with? Diamond? He's got to have a wingman.
It's going to be Diamond. It's going to be, they're making room for Diamond because what's going to happen is Diamond probably going to take out old boy. That black fellow, Braxton, whatever his name is. Diamond probably going to take him out. That's going to leave Jannar without a right hand again. And that's going to leave Jannar vulnerable. Jannar is going to get mixed up in all this. He's going to be trying to puppeteer or mastermind some kind of scheme to go after Tommy and them boys. And he may be collateral damage. Either way, that Blackston fella, he finna be up out of here. Because we got to cut. We've got to make Jannar weak. We've got to find a way to take away weaker. Yes.
So you think Liliana Braxton?
Yep. I definitely think Kate's showing up. And I don't know what we're going to get out of that. She either going to come looking for some money. She's going to look for some drugs. Kate's is going to be a nuisance. I mean, I don't think she's going to bring any deep, dark family secrets. Not in this episode. That may come out in season 2, but her presence here is just going to be just her presence. I don't think they were going to get anything with it. I do think that Victor is going to find out the truth. And I know that we keep saying that the Serbs are responsible for it, but somehow, some way, Walter is connected. Because they made a point to show us the entire episode him manipulating this situation. So either way, I feel like Victor or Claudia, one of the two, if not both of them, are going to find out that their father has been manipulating them. And I think they're going to end up linking back up with Tommy. I think that the feds are going to come calling. Like I said, it would be nice if they really want to intertwine these shows together. Because we got Blanca Rodriguez at the end of book 2, bring her on over here. Because she was the main one that was chasing Tommy so bad. Especially after Ghost got killed, she didn't have nobody else to go after other than Tariq. So it would be nice if the feds come calling as well. I don't know. We'll probably get that in season 2. Tommy's going to have more problems. And it seems like he's eliminating all of his problems episode by episode. As soon as he gets a problem, it goes away. We need Tommy to struggle with a problem, trying to get rid of a problem a whole season. Back in Regular Power, it took them a whole season to get out of those charges that Angela was trying to put on them. It took them a whole season to get rid of Milan and Lobos and the Jimenez. Tommy is eliminating his threats episode.
Too quickly. Yeah.
We need a threat that's going to be looming for a while that's going to require him to, call in some heavy hitters to help him out with it. So those are my predictions.
Well, I mean,
go ahead,
really. No, you go ahead.
No, I was just going to say because I don't have none. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I just think that they're sweeping everybody towards the same hole.
Yeah.
You know, so everybody's moving in towards the same place, right? In my mind. So I
can't either.
think with first I can't take Blanca either. Keep it cute. First I think we're probably going to see the first half of episode 10. We're going to see this Jannard Diamond thing play out. And that's going to push Diamond closer towards the whole war thing with the Serbs and Tommy. And then I think we're probably going to see Vic and Claudia have this moment where they discover what's really going on.
They've been manipulated.
And they probably are going to have this moment with the Four Horsemen. The Four Horsemen, when Walter started talking, it was like they had no respect for him. Yep. They really weren't like, let us know what we need to do. Let's yada yada yada.
They were happy about being there. I agree.
Yeah, like we got to clean up your mess. Like you can't get this together. Like this is all we got. This is what that's. So I could see Claudia turning this thing around, and then that would position them to get rid of Walter, take care of the Four Horsemen for Tommy, or help in that way, some kind of way. And then we see where this whole Seamus situation and Kate situation and the Indiana Connect. We've got these loose pieces out here that are probably going to be popping up, but all moving in that same direction. They're sweeping everybody towards this one crescendo. They're using all of these auxiliary characters to move all of our main characters to this one point. What that one point ultimately is going to be, I don't know, but I hope it does end up with Walter dead.
I definitely think I forgot about the Four Horsemen, so I definitely think they're up out of here next episode. I think Tommy's going to take them out. I do think that they are going to find out that their father ain't shit, and I don't know what that's going to lead to. It may lead to Vic just wanting to be out of the game, period, and not want to have anything to do with his father in the business anymore. I think it's going to be more so Claudia that's going to want to try to move him out of the way. She may even use the Four Horsemen to get rid of her father, so she can step up and be the new boss next season. Either way, I think that Claudia is going to take advantage of the fact once they find out that their father ain't shit. I think Claudia is going to take advantage of that opportunity, and she's going to become the new leader.
Well, in order to do that, she's got to take the doctor. She's got to take the doctor. Who's going to make her drugs? Tommy's got the doctor. He's going to have to lose the doctor to somebody. He's still got JP and Liliana that can make the drug, but she's got to have somebody to make the drugs for her, unless she's going to go back to coke and pills.
Well, you know what? She may just kill the doctor and Liliana.
But let me ask you guys a question.
She may kill both of them, and that way Tommy ain't got nobody to cook his drugs no more, because she don't know that JP knows how to cook the drugs. The only threats that she have is the doctor and Liliana, so Claudia may take both of them out.
Yeah.
But let me ask you a question. What do y'all think is going to happen? What is the pivotal point that's going to make Vic and Claudia realize that their dad manipulated them? Something has to happen there, because at this point, Tommy can just walk up to them and say it wasn't me. They're not going to believe him. They're going to have to be Polly. You think it's going to be Polly?
Okay,
I can see that.
I'm going to tack on to that. They're going to overhear a conversation between Walter and Polly.
Oh, now that could be it. Yeah, because it's going to have to be
one of them, or if not both of them, one of them is going to overhear a conversation between him and Polly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be after them Four Horsemen get killed, and Paulie is going to run up on Walter and like, I knew this was going to happen, and that's when it's going to come out, and then that's when they're going to find out. And Claudia is going to cut Tommy off where it hurts, and if she gets rid of the cooks, if she gets rid of the two cooks, Lauren and Liliana, Tommy doesn't want to cook his drugs anymore. D-Max laid up in the hospital. He didn't know how to cook drugs anyway. And JP is going to be so focused on his son that Tommy's going to be out dry.
I think the Flans are going to continue to be a foe. I think what's going to happen is that Diamond and Tommy, Liliana, fingers crossed, are going to be on one side. I think that this is going to be, the drug game is going to be all about Dahlia.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's gonna take the cook, and he's gonna have his brother, and he's gonna have Liliana, and she's gonna have the cook. I mean the doctor. Okay, this would make them two opposing forces, competitors. Mm-hmm. That's the thing that makes sense. Now we can bring in Kate. Now we can bring in the FBI, right? Now we can do that. We can bring the Indiana Connect over as Tommy's heavy hitters. They're gonna have to be retrained, re-onboarded. They a wild card. These ninjas be done got mad and shot each other and killed each other to death in the clubhouse. So yeah, they're gonna have to be retrained. Now that's the army. He never has to look for another army. He's got an army now. The Serbs are going to be that go-between in some sort of way. That would make this a stellar season 2. But I'm a left and a right brain thinker. So therefore what I say doesn't matter.
2-Bit in. They really should have brought 2-Bit in.
Where's 2-Bit?
It's so stupid that you got Tommy out here running with little kids in his organization. You know, Tommy has never wanted to work with, you know, the younger crew. You know, we've never seen Tommy out here in the streets moving with 16-year-olds. I mean,
nobody has a crew. Nobody has a crew.
Nobody has soldiers.
The Flynn's, Diamond, none of them have a crew.
And Tommy and them always had workers. They always had workers.
Yeah.
And at some point, when are we going to get the next Joe Proctor? When are we going to get the next Davis McClain? You know, when are we going to get? Well, I guess because he ain't got no charges looming against him yet. But you know,
Liliana's the only one doing it the old way. She's got relationships out here. She's got people she can call upon. That's something Ghost always has.
He has no resources.
No resources. If they do have resources, we don't see them. We have all of these assumptions. You know, I think this season could have been a lot bloodier. I think, you know, for you to call it the show Force,
and no
could have been better.
And you know, and I think part of the reason why we didn't get the 2-Bit character in Force yet was because of his failed relationship with Courtney Kemp. You know, after they broke up and they went part ways.
Oh, they broke up.
Oh yeah, they broke up real bad.
Really?
And of course, you know, that's why I say I feel like the whole situation with Ghost was more personal than it was business. Because Courtney Kemp, she seems petty a little bit like that. That, you know, hey, you stop fucking me, I'm gonna write you off the show. Type deal.
So, it wasn't because 2-Bit and Omari Hardwick were messing around, was it?
Oh my God!
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, I'm just asking. I'm asking. Because she seems pretty disgruntled. Did Omari take her man?
I am done with you, Miss Honey. I can't do anything with you.
Anything's
that's
possible.
Not what it was.
I mean, we're slapping people at the Oscars. Anything can happen at this point. You know what I'm saying? Right. The rest of this of our life on this earth is a wild card, baby.
What is speculated is that Courtney Kemp had made advances towards Omari Hardwick, and he refuted them. You know, because he's happily married.
Oh, so she Harvey Weinstein him?
And so, as a result, his character just abruptly disappears. And he hasn't had it. There's so many callbacks to him. There's so many references back to his character, but we haven't heard him speak. We haven't seen him on camera or anything like that. Same thing with 2-Bit. When her and 2-Bit broke up, all of a sudden his character is just, I don't even know the last thing we saw him in. I think the last thing we saw him was in book 2 when he was extorting Tariq for money.
Yeah, the pool thing.
And that was it. So what should have happened was when Tommy got in a pickle, I don't know what episode this could have happened in. It could have happened when the Serbs came to town. We should have seen Tommy call back to New York for 2-Bit and say, yo, I'm out here in Chicago. I need some help. And brought him out there. Tommy needs more soldiers. He needs more.
Tommy's supposed to be dead. And I don't know if he could bring 2-Bit that back and still sell that. But Liliana knows, so it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, and this
I'd like to see them bring Omari back because everything I've seen him in, he's been looking like Rollo. I mean, like rough beard, no lineup. You know what I'm saying? Them short purple pants he had on at Notori Naughton's wedding.
Well, he had nothing to do with that. I mean, I know,
but they was like the hem needed to be dropped down, and then why was they bell bottom at the? I was like, he looking rough, like he ain't got no money, like he behind in his bills. Every time I see him, he look like he owe people money. He's looking like Rollo.
Not Rollo.
Yeah, he looked like Lamont's best friend, Rollo.
Rollo was my man, though. I used to love me some Rollo.
Yeah,
Oh
he
my
looked like
God.
he looked like
Yeah.
he looked like he was a good kisser, but I just need to hear nothing there.
Did you say a good kisser?
Rollo.
He did
You
have
know.
some nice lips.
Oh,
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
It would be nice if they brought his character back, even if they brought him back as a ghost, or I won't call it a ghost. What is it when they be having those scenes where Kanan is talking to Tariq, his conscience?
His conscience.
It would be
like
nice if they brought him back as Tommy's conscience.
You know what would be perfect? It would be a perfect moment next week's, and I know it's already a done deal, so it won't happen. But at some point next week, Tommy's gonna have his back against the wall, right? Between the Serbs and dealing with Gerard and Kate gonna show up. He's gonna have a moment where he is fed, like well, at least he should have a moment where I don't know what else to do. And it would be perfect if in that moment Ghost came to him and was like, yo, nigga, you've been through this before. You can get through this. Think, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like
when they kill Liliana, that's what's gonna happen.
He's not gonna kill Liliana. I got $20 on Liliana making it to next season in retro.
Bet. You heard me live. Here.
If Liliana gets
run
killed,
me my cash out.
Listen, all of y'all are witness. If Liliana gets killed in next, I don't mean now injured, I agree she might get shot. But if she dies in next week's episode, I will cash app you $20.
You gonna do it on the show next week?
I will do it right on the show with the phone in my hand. Yep.
I'm on DMAC the situation. I'm gonna watch the money.
All right.
Keep both of y'all honest.
But if Liliana make it to season 2, you owe me $20.
Same thing for next week. Then I'll cash app you on the show.
And not in Bitcoin retro.
No, I don't do Bitcoin.
Okay, because Bitcoin is not steady.
No, I'm gonna run her money. Better yet, I'll even give you an extra 20.
Let me hold the money just in case. Let me hold the money. And then
I'm definitely here for that. Double or nothing. Shit.
Double or nothing.
Yeah.
That's how confident I feel.
I will happily take 40 of your hard-earned dollars, sir.
Yeah.
Deal.
And if y'all need the money, it's not behind the cereal boxes.
It is not behind the cereal.
Don't look there. Do not look
behind
there.
the shoe boxes.
Yeah.
It's behind the shoe boxes.
So what do you guys think about?
For you, would be the shoe boxes.
Yeah.
Oh, I would check every last Jordan. I'm sure there's a wad. I feel like that.
It's money somewhere in them boxes.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah. I feel like it might not the black pair. Where the blacks probably wear blacks too much and the reds too much, but that brown pair.
Wait a minute, Miss Honey. So look, I told Retro, I said, so when I come down there, I said, do I get a tour of the room? He was like, you can't come in this room. Yeah. He was like, you can't even come in the room. I said, damn, I can't even come in the room. He was like, no, he was like, you don't need to come in this room. You don't need nothing in here.
We could do a whole caper on you getting in that room.
Yep.
We should shoot a whole caper on you getting in that room.
I know, right? We should make a whole blog about it.
Keep it cute is Team Retro. All right, keep it cute.
Liliana dies. Yep. Yeah, you could do it. You could do him like what's old girl?
She can't take no more. She can't take no more. She's been beaten. She's been shot.
What's the daughter name? Monet's daughter's name.
Diana.
Oh, when she was going through Monet purses.
No, when she sent Tariq to get a glass of water.
Oh yeah,
copied his phone.
Right.
Well, I don't have a QR code, but I do have an electronic lock. So
yeah, it's an electronic lock.
So, and you know the code. The code is very easy to figure out.
Yeah.
Yep. But anyway, just have my money ready for me next week. Run me my money.
Whatever. You will have my money.
And look, if I lose. Hey.
So y'all doing double or nothing, right?
Yeah, he said double or nothing. I didn't say double or nothing. I'm broke. I'm a poor teacher. He said double or nothing.
I ain't got no problem with it. I put 40 on it.
Exactly. That's what I said. He said that.
I put
so y'all, all y'all are the witnesses. We will take care of the business on the finale next week.
Yep. All right. Any more predictions for next week? Because I love making money.
Yeah. Did anybody buy Vic saying, stepping up as the leader there at the end? Did anybody buy that from Vic?
No. Vic didn't even buy it. Vic don't even believe it, and he said
he was just saying something that make his daddy feel good.
I don't know. I said all that to say I'm kind of toying with the idea that Vic might be fodder. Otherwise, why do we need Vic?
No, I think he's just gonna run off. He gonna run off and cry some more. When he finds out that his father has betrayed him, he's done for. He's out the game. He's out the life. He don't want nothing else to do with it. He done.
That's a real possibility.
He done for.
I'm ready for episode 10 to be over, so we can just. I hope that I'm that they are really going to focus on making season 2 more cohesive.
Yeah, and then we still got a break. We still got a little bit of a break before we get P Valley. We don't get P Valley till what, June?
Yeah, so Stars is dead to us until then.
Well, no, I think the fellas, aren't y'all gonna do Top Boy?
Yeah, we're gonna do Top Boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do Top
Boy. Do you
Boy.
watch Top Boy, honey?
I will, because I've been looking at it. I've been, peeping it on the not the previews, but like the little clips and stuff.
Yeah.
So what season is Top Boy in?
Well, let's talk about that.
That's the problem.
It's all over the place, and I hate when Netflix do this. When they bring over UK shows, they bring them, instead of bringing them over all at one time, they're bringing them over in pieces. So it starts with Top Boy Summer House, and it's only 4 episodes.
Oh,
but we only got the second half of Summer House. We haven't gotten the first half of Summer House yet. So we need the first 4 episodes of Summer House, and then you got the first 8 episodes. And then season 1 of Top Boy, which is really, basically, it's all one show. But when US Netflix got it, they split it in 2 different shows. They split it into Top Boy Summer House and then Top Boy. So Top Boy season 1 has 10 episodes, and then Top Boy season 2 has 8 episodes. So I don't understand the episode order. Like, they're ordering 10 episodes for one season, then turn around and order 8 episodes for one season, and then order 4 episodes for one season. And then there's such a big gap. There's like a 6-year gap between Summer House and Top Boy season 1. So when you start out watching Summer House, all the characters are young, and they're like little kids. And then when you start season 1 of Top Boy, they're adults. But it's really good, actually. It's
okay. So on Netflix, BBC, is it there?
Yes.
The missing episodes are there?
No, I haven't checked BBC.
Oh.
I haven't checked BBC.
Because I know that in Netflix in other countries are different. They have different things than we have, because I watch a guy who does tells you some of the greatest movies, action movies, scary movies. He breaks them up like that. And he pushes this VPN or something that allows you to get Netflix in other countries.
I think it's on YouTube. I have watched the entire arc of Top Boy. I need to go back and watch it because it's very hard to follow the story, especially with that 6-year gap. It's very hard to follow the story, but it's like combining Power and The Wire into one show. So it's a really good show.
Okay, so next week we're going to be done with Force.
We're done with Force next week.
So then, do you have sort of an outline for how you want to move forward? Like when we will start Top Boy, that type of thing?
You're muted.
You're muted. I don't understand.
Muted. I would just say we could do this backstage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. And don't keep in mind, we're going to start our fragrance reviews too. So we're going to start, me and Damon, we're going to start doing our fragrance reviews. So hopefully we'll have our first fragrance video out there. So y'all check that out. We are big fragrance heads as well. So we'll be talking to you about all the colognes that smell good. So y'all can go out there and get them. And
I feel like we need to do something with lipstick. Really.
Well, there you go.
We can do the lip of the week. No face, just lip. We could just do lip.
I know that's right.
Do a lip rollout. We can do the lip challenge.
And we're going to be doing fragrances. So we got the fragrances, and y'all can do y'all makeup and all that.
Yeah, smell good, taste good. We could just do that. We could do a smell good, taste good type thing.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, we're doing P-Valley.
Yeah, we definitely going to do P-Valley. Um,
I'm excited about
and then me and
Valley.
Crystal, we got to get our true crime crank back up because we got a
I
lot
was
of
actually going
cases.
to talk to you about that today. So we'll have some information about that coming up.
Oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed with true crime, and I'm thinking about launching a review series for the Trap Queens, American Gangster.
Ooh,
so obsessed.
Coming up.
Yeah, I'm so obsessed. Obsessed. I think it would be the perfect accoutrement to my channel, especially since I'm getting away from reality. So y'all just put your notifications on for everyone because we're gonna be dropping some stuff, especially since we're not gonna have a lot to watch.
And we're gonna go back and touch on some cases, some oldies but goodies. I hate to say it like that, but I definitely want to do like Notorious B.I.G., Tupac, Bison Daily. I think we're going to do Lorenzen Wright. We got we're going to do Daniel Robinson. There's a couple other cases that me and Crystal have been kind of watching. We always kind of center our true crime around persons of color and bring more awareness to those cases. There's
a Tupac documentary that was just released on Stars.
Yeah, I want to go check that out. I might watch that today, as a matter of fact. Have you watched it yet?
I've not watched it yet, but I've seen several Tupac documentaries. So I'm hopeful that this one is really has a little bit more insight. I mean,
that's what I'm looking for too. I'm looking for a legitimate source.
Yeah.
And not
it's
commercial.
96, 97. I just don't understand how they don't know anything about it.
Yeah. And is the case being actively investigated still is the question.
Yeah.
So, me and Crystal, we'll get out there and do our research. We're going to find it. We're going to find something.
Crystal probably knows somebody. She half holy, half hood.
Yep.
Make some calls, Crystal, and let us know who shot Tupac.
Yeah, make some calls. Because I'm finna call down the Stars right now and find out where I get my $20 next week. I'm finna call down to the Stars right
if
now.
50 Cent answer the phone,
I will be $40 richer next week. You'll be paying for my fill-in. That's all I'm saying.
Wow. Well, all right, guys. As usual, we've enjoyed y'all. Oh, don't forget, we got a block party. So we're going to do a live DJ set on the 23rd. So we're going to have drinks and music and everything. So y'all can come hang out. We can talk about whatever. It's going to be an open live chat. So whatever we talk about in the comments is whatever we're going to talk about in the comments. I don't know. We might get Crystal out here. She might be out here doing some dances for us. We're going to have a little house party. So Crystal, you might be out here doing a little dance.
Trying to walk to you. Don't let him walk to you.
Miss Honey, you already said you want to move your hips anyway, so there you go.
If you playing the music, I'm definitely gonna be moving my hips.
Just let the record reflect. You don't want me to release the video I have of you doing the wobble. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, we want to do extortion.
No, we don't want to do extortion. No, we don't. But
okay.
No, she said no.
Right, yeah, I don't know what.
Whatever
sound like I don't know what she got over
Puerto
there.
Rico. Okay,
you're not telling no secrets now.
I'm like, I don't know. I'm joking. These jokes, those jokes. All right, y'all. We out.
Y'all. We'll see y'all next week. We're gonna see who's right.
$40 to me.
Whatever. $40 to me.